All right, these got a little bit tricky, but I know you can do it. So, let's take a look at this first one. We had 20 100ths, so there's 10 and 20, plus 4 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so what would that equal? Well, that one's pretty simple to figure out because you could just transfer that down because you knew when you colored the whole thing there was 10 and 20, or 2. And then this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This one was fairly simple. So you knew here on this one, we could split it up into hundreds and or tens by doing there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So then all we had to do was we had to add those over. So we had the 2, so there's 1, 2, and then we had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, same thing here. We can do our 4 and our 2, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what does it equal? Well, if we did it by tens, we knew that it was equal to 6 tenths. If we did it by hundreds, I'm going to draw the lines here. So there's 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's sneak it in right here. 10. Okay, so in hundreds wise, we knew it was also equal to 60 100ths. So we could do either or. Either one would work. Okay, so down here, it would look just like that. Or, if we drew it here, again, you did 10, 20, and then 40, 1, 2, oh, shoot. 2 first, right? And then we did 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you added them all together, you had 60. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So that would be the 2 ways that you could solve it. Looking over at your next one, you had 3 and 5 tenths. So you had 3 holes. So we can color in 3 of those all the way. We're just going to quickly scribble that on there. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then we colored in 5 tenths. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Then over here we had 3 100ths. Ooh, that's where it gets tricky. 1, 2, 3. All right, when you carry them over, you know right off the bat you're going to color in, obviously, 3 of those all the way. So we're just going to say 1, 2, and 3. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 3 individual ones. 1, 2, 3. So we had 3 holes. And then we knew they were split into hundreds. So I'm going to put that as 100. And then I've got to count them up. So we've got, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 3, 53, 53 hundredths. Now the other way that we could do that, if we did it as just the fraction number, that's pretty simple. We do 100 times 3, that's 300. But we've got to add that 53, so 353. Whoops, can you see that? 353 over 100. All right, last part, you're going to do a couple of these, and then you'll move on to your homework. So here, as you can see, we have, I'm going to do the hardest one for you. 38 tenths plus 2 and 2 100ths. So we've got to have a common denominator. What do we times 10 by to get 100? Well, you times 10 by 10. But what we do to the top number, we do to the bottom number. So down here, when we're adding them up, you've got 38 times 10, which is 300 and, 380. And then you have 10 times 10, which is 100. Now we've got to change this other one into an improper fraction. 100 times 2 is 200 plus 2. So that would be 202 over 100. Now I can add those up. 380 plus 202, that's 582 over 100. So there's that part. Now, to change it back into mixed number, that's what we have to do now as well. So, your mixed number, we have to think, how many times does 10 or 100 go into 300? We know it goes 3 times. We're still going to have the same fraction here. So 3 times 100 is 300, and then we have that 80. So 300 minus 380, so I'm looking right there, would be 80. Okay, plus 2 and 200ths. So we add our whole numbers. Our 3 and our 2 is 5. And then our 80 plus our 2 is 82 over 100. All right, the others will be a little bit easier. Do your best. Good luck.